Wonderful ivory snow. Yes, wonderful ivory snow.
Ivory Snow presents A Woman of America. Ivory Snow brings you the story of Prudence Dane, a woman of America whose courage and faith are the glorious heritage of all women of America today. Did you ever hear about the singing grocery clerk?
No? Well, this singing clerk was a smart one, too. He helped solve his customers' housekeeping problems. Well, one day, a nice lady came into his store with a dishwashing problem. She used a mild bar soap for dishes, safe for her hands, but much too slow. Then another lady in the store had something to say on that score. Yes, she did. For dishwashing, she used a strong granulated soap for speed. But oh my, this strong soap made her hands red and rough. It did indeed. Then up spoke the clerk. There's one soap, he said, that meets both your demands. That's it, wonderful Ivory Snow. It's ivory mild, safe for lovely hands, and it comes in granulated snowdrop form for speed. So take my advice. For dishwashing, depend on this wonderful soap I recommend. For Ivory Snow is what your dishes need. It's ivory mild for snow white hands in snowdrop form for speed.
Right. Ivory Snow is both safe for hands and fast in the dishpan. In fact, Ivory Snow is the only soap, both ivory mild and granulated for speedy sudsing. Yes, for dishwashing, Ivory Snow is as safe as the mildest bar soap, yet far faster. And Ivory Snow is as fast as the strongest granulated soap, yet far safer.
So remember, for speedier dishwashing, for snow white hands, buy. That's it, wonderful Ivory Snow, S-N-O-W.
And now, Ivory Snow's story, A Woman of America. There's thunder on the hills near where Prue's wagon is camped. The angry clouds blot out the moon and cover the mountain tops.
Emmy, we'd better sleep here in the wagon with Rachel tonight.
Oh, I've got a stomachache, Prue.
You've been eating those unripe berries, Rachie. Don't you have any nightmares now?
Rachel will be all right, but I'm worried about Wade and Penny.
Oh, Wade's an old pioneer. He'll find shelter for them, together or separately.
Aren't they going to stay married now, Emmy?
You stay there in bed. Don't think about them. You can dream of Prue's marriage to Stephen or your own.
Oh, but Prue might not marry Stephen.
You just take care of your own dreams, dear.
I'll dream of Andy.
Well, dreams don't always turn out right.
Particularly on top of unripe berries. Better make up your mind to sleep quietly and peacefully and without any dreams at all.
Church. All lighted and music and white flowers. People all looking at me. Oh, my dress. It's white. Have I got shoes on? It'd be awful to get married without shoes. Oh, beautiful slippers. I could dance. I'd like to dance, but who ever heard of a bride dancing to her wedding?
Here comes the bride. Isn't she beautiful? Look at it. Never seen such small feet.
Did you ever see such dignity in so young a bride?
Sweet-looking bride.
A good bride.
Well, I'm here. There's something wrong. There's something missing. Where's Andy? Why isn't he here? Prue! Prue! Oh,
Who's a sweet child?
oh, Emmy, I I dreamt of my wedding and Andy wasn't there.
Oh, saints alive, then go back to sleep and dream of Prue. And make sure Stephen's there.
Not Stephen.
Go to sleep.
My, what a fine house. All those pillars and the trees with flowers on them.
You're late for tea, Rachel King. Treat your pinfall. Tuck up your senior. Mind your manners. And be sure and stick your little finger out when you lift your teacup. Did you have some magnolia sandwiches?
No, ma'am, Mrs. Browning. Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Browning. If you please, and thank you.
Sit down and don't upset your cup over our nice grass.
Yes, Rose Ellen. Miss Sinclair.
Can you dance the gavotte, the tarantella, or the cotillion?
No, but I can dance swing your partners round you.
Wow, how awfully pioneer. What poetry do you know?
Oh, just up the airy mountain and down the rushy
Oh, nothing
glen.
about the mountains, please. It upsets Auntie. What about Mary had a little lamb?
Oh, that's in the McGuffey Reader.
That settles it then. I'll go and get it. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white and pure.
Mary had a little lamb.
Hello, Rachel.
Oh, Mary, dear. You look beautiful.
Oh, this dress is just killing me. It's got bones in it or something. It hurts, too, and my hat's kind of heavy. And I didn't want to let Prue down. Thought I'd show him the wagon train can really put on style if it wants to.
Where is Prue?
She's coming.
Here's the book. Now recite, please, Miss King.
Mary had a... Rachel had a little cart. Its hood was white as cream. And everywhere that wagon went, Rachel was sure to dream.
How silly. Who ever heard of white cream?
That's what they must be giving Prue. She looks so pale.
Where is she?
It's the magnolia sandwiches Auntie feeds her.
There she is.
Oh, there you are, my dear. Just in time, you see.
She'll get paler and paler, and gradually she'll change into a green figure,
Like the ones on the hedges.
Oh,
That's what happens to all the ladies Stephen loves.
give me the McGuffey book, Rose Ellen.
But no one has ever thrown a book at my eye.
Well, I have.
Rachel!
Oh, gosh, I'm in bed.
You're not, young lady. You rolled right out of your quilt. Well, what's this book you threw in your dream? Rachel, now how many times have I told you not to take a book to bed with you? Shut your eyes reading in the wagon.
Shucks. That was Webster's dictionary, and I was dreaming.
I'll touch you up again. And this time, take my advice and don't dream.
But they just come. It certainly isn't any good dreaming about marriage.
Not if you have to throw books, it isn't. If you must dream, dream about Oregon, where all our dreams will come true, if we make them.
Oh, it's much better just walking along with you, Prue. It's so nice and quiet and empty.
Except for the big man sitting in the middle of the path.
What shall we do? We can't walk around him. We can't climb over him.
We'll ask him politely to move.
I'm not a very polite man.
Why, it's Mr. Webster.
The lexicographer?
A statesman and orator.
Oh, fancy meeting you.
I came here on purpose to turn you back. Haven't you heard what I said to the president in 1824?
Do I have to recite something again, Prue? Because it came out wrong the last time. Oh, excuse me. I'm just remembering a dream.
You don't have to recite. Mr. Webster will tell us. He came here on purpose to do it. Just what did you say, Mr. Webster?
What do we want with this vast and worthless area? To what use could we ever hope to put these great deserts, or these endless mountain ranges, impenetrable and covered to their very base with eternal snow? What can we ever hope to do with the western coast? A coast of 3,000 miles, rock-bound, cheerless, uninviting, and not a harbor in it.
Just you wait, Mr. Webster.
You won't have to wait much longer, Mr. Webster. Thousands have already crossed these mountains to build their homes in the West. We're going through. And after us will come thousands more. And we'll build cities and colleges and hospitals and make harbors and conquer every inch of these mountains. And the difficulties of the journey will only remain a glory to us and a heritage to our children.
Oh, wonderful, Prue. That's telling him. Oh, sometimes I dream the nicest dreams.
More about Woman of America in just a moment.
So many grateful ladies have thanked us for recommending wonderful Ivory Snow for dishwashing. One soap combining safety for hands with dishwashing speed. They no longer put up with mild bar soaps that are safe for hands but slow, or with strong granulated soaps that, while fast, can leave hands red and rough. And we're glad to send the news along through this cheery dishwashing song. Ivory Snow is what your dishes need. It's ivory mild for snow white hands. It's snowdrop foam for speed.
Ivory Snow is so safe for hands, and its granulated snowdrops instantly burst into energetic suds that get dishes sparkling in a flash. So try Ivory Snow, the only soap that's both ivory mild and granulated for speedy sudsing.
Yes, for speedier dishwashing, for snow white hands. By... That's it. Wonderful Ivory Snow. S-N-O-W.
If your store is temporarily out of Ivory Snow, they'll have more soon. Ask for wonderful Ivory Snow. Rachel dreams of Oregon tonight. And tomorrow, Prudence, Dane, and Stephen Browning talk of their dreams of Oregon. And Stephen asks for the answer to his proposal of marriage. Be with us then, won't you? When Ivory Snow brings you a Woman of America. And remember...
Ivory Snow is what your dishes need. It's ivory mild for snow white hands in snowdrop foam for speed.
This is Frank Gallup reminding you to listen tomorrow when Ivory Snow brings you a Woman of America. Save used kitchen fat. It helps make countless essentials needed overseas and at home. You get 2 red points per pound.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.